Hello, Octavia. Welcome into the chaos kitchen of Halloween. We're going to stir those cauldrons up today, aren't we? Yes, we're going to.
Hello, Borat.
Let's go. How's your day been,
Happy
Octavia?
Halloween.
How's your day been, Octavia?
It's been good.
Awesome.
How
Happy
was yours?
Halloween, everyone. Happy Halloween.
Oh, on this very night, lightning all the witches roll the night. Look out my window, I see that's in the night. Spooky spider webs take over your life, and we are so haunted by the chaos kitchen. We come every time, man. It's just like a Halloween spooky tree. We're in the dungeon, howling at the moon, waiting for Chaos Kitchen so we can finally see what they'll do. Haunted by the witch's spell, we can't help but look at it again. Every watch, every time. Can't wait to see the ghosts, the bats, and all the creepy things. And know it will be howling at the moon again. Take it away for a ride with your chaos show. We'll be howling at the moon for the next
Thank you, Octavia. That was
You're
awesome,
welcome.
Octavia. Thank you. Let's bring in our judge. Welcome to Chaos Kitchen. I'm your host, Chef Borad. Actually, today, a bit of a costume change. It's Halloween theme. We have our judge in here. Frank Oldman is our judge for the show. They're going to do the tallest, most creative Halloween theme creation. This is the craziest food challenge show on the app. Let's bring in our judge, Frank Oldman. Everyone, welcome to the stream, Frank Oldman.
Hello, I'm Frank Oldman.
Hello, Frank. How's your day going, Frank?
Well, I think I'm tripping because you're wearing a giant baby suit and somebody just sang your theme song like a 1940s jazz artist.
1914 jazz laughs, yeah.
Yes, great sensation. Thank you.
Well,
Oh, but
Frank, can
this
you
is
introduce?
wonderful. I'm happy to be here. I'm excited, and I don't know what's going on.
We're going to find out, Frank. Can you quickly introduce yourself for people that do not know you on the app, Frank?
Absolutely, I'm Frank Oldman. I'm 97 years old. I'm the application's only original uh, geriatric animated American. I like to make
It's
people
very,
laugh. I'm an entertainer.
it's very fitting, Frank. It's very fitting you're here for the Halloween theme. You're all dressed up in Halloween theme. I like it. You're
I'm
all
dressed up.
Frankensteinized.
I'm dressed up as Frankenstein. You see what I did there?
Yes, and I got my
But
squeaker ready for the
Frankenstein,
show.
because I'm Frank Oldman.
This was not planned, everyone. The squeaker actually matches Frank for some reason.
You see that? We're matching. It's a
All right,
wonderful
Frank,
thing.
let's
Have you
bring in our
got any candy
contestants.
on you? Do you need a butterscotch, Borat?
I need a butterscotch. Please pass a butterscotch, Frank.
I
I'd
got it.
love
Here
one.
you go.
Thank you, Frank. I caught that one. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
You're
Frank.
welcome.
Let's welcome in our contestants for the show. So, contestants, can you please request that box? Can I get Cream Pie, Cuddles, and Yennefer to request that box? Let's welcome them into the show. I see
Did
Cream
he
Pie
just
has
ask me for
requested
a
the
cream
box.
pie? Oh,
Can you hear
Cream
me
Pie has
well?
requested the box. There you go. Nice to see you in here, Cream Pie. Very interesting outfit. Very
oh,
interesting.
sorry, that scared me.
Yennefer is here. We're just waiting for Cuddles also to request the box. Welcome to the show, Yennefer.
Hello.
Everyone's dressed up. Everyone looks amazing. I love it. Everyone is dressed up, Frank. What do you think? Everyone looks cool, don't they, so far?
Yeah, we got a clown. What is this? Wednesday Adams and what do we got here? What's Cuddles? Hold on, let me take a look at Cuddles. And we got a member of the band Kiss.
Member of the band Kiss is wild. Everyone who just
Great
joined
joke.
in, welcome to the show. I'm your host, Chef Bright. This is my judge, Frank Oldman. These are my contestants, Cuddles, Yennefer, and Cream Pie. Please make sure you do hit them with an important favorite. All gifts are welcomed and appreciated during the show. Remember, the top gifter of the show does have a special power that could potentially save one of these contestants and challenge Frank Oldman. We'll see what happens during the show, so stick around and find out. So all the contestants, let's jump to the ingredients, Frank. Let's see what Halloween-themed ingredients they're going to bring to the show. So, Cuddles, can you
Oh, man,
please
I'm excited.
introduce us to your ingredients?
My ingredients, we have chocolate cookies, Pop Tarts,
Ooh,
cherries,
ooh,
ice cream cones,
ooh,
jelly,
ooh,
cake,
ooh. Okay, that's
lollipop.
interesting. Ooh, even more.
Wait, did I say jelly? These,
These
icing. That's about it.
icing.
The black cats.
Okay, that
Wait,
sounds
what
interesting.
was
Very
that?
interesting.
Wait, what was that fifth ingredient? Was that tapeworms?
I don't know, Frank. You
All
know.
right,
Tell me.
cool. Okay, great. No, they're high in protein. Sure. All right,
High
sounds
in
good.
protein. And Yennefer, can you please introduce your ingredients to everyone in here today?
Okay, so we have waffles.
Mhm.
We have white chocolate covered Oreos. Since it's Halloween, we got some candy.
Ooh,
I got icing and banana
ooh.
and spaghetti.
Oh, that's interesting. Interesting mixture of ingredients. And Cream Pie, can you please introduce your ingredients to everyone here in the show?
So I have a lot of ingredients. I literally have pudding, fluff, Rice Krispies, biscuits, eye candies, chocolate, peanut butter cups, cookies. Did I say pudding? Chocolate eyeballs, cake. I have spider candy. I have these candy. They're like skeletons and pumpkins, jelly beans, and body part candies,
Ooh, so
and
much candy.
candy corn because it's Halloween themed,
That is interesting.
and
That is interesting.
and
That's so
these
much candy.
brain candies for Halloween.
You got the brain
So,
candies, Frank. Wow. She went
Yeah,
mhm.
all
I
out.
gotta say, all I can say is I immediately have diabetes.
Yeah.
It's Halloween. It's
So
diabetes central.
all the contestants do have 30 minutes to build their structures, Frank. They have 30 minutes to build it, and they're only allowed to use edible food ingredients. They cannot use nothing that's plastic, metal, wooden, or anything else that's non-edible. So, contestants, are you ready to kick this challenge off and build those crazy creations? I want a yes, chef, and a thumbs up to let you know when you're ready to kick this off.
Yes, chef.
Yeah.
Yes,
Can I get a
chef.
yes,
Nothing
chef
What?
metal
from
for
you?
what?
Can I get a yes,
Nothing
chef
metal
from
to
you?
hold our structures.
You can't use anything non-edible. Everything has to be edible material.
Oh yeah, for our structures.
Yes, yes. So can I get
Yes.
a yes, chef, and a thumbs up when you're ready to go, Cream Pie?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to
Yes,
set the timer.
chef.
I'm going to squeak the squeaker. We got a Frankenstein squeaker for the show.
Squeak.
So I'm going to set the timer 30 minutes starting now. Frank, can you count down those 5-second countdown for me, please?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cheers.
Start building your
Yes, they're
creations.
building. They're building. Watch them go, folks. They're building away here. Interesting fact. We said not to use wood or metal or anything like that, but during the Great Depression, we ate a lot of wood.
Yeah, and a lot of wood during the Great Depression, Frank, I'm pretty
It's
sure.
just simple. You got to eat the right part of it, the right part of the wood. It's again, it's hard to clean, get prepared up, but it can clog you up a little bit.
The clogging
Yeah.
up is crazy, Frank. We're going to jump into some facts about Halloween, Frank. We're going to learn a lot about Halloween during the show. So every October 31st is Halloween. As you know, it's coming up. And every October 31st is celebrated around the world as the International Halloween Day. Now, Frank, I got a question for you, Frank. Halloween has been around for so long. Do you remember your first Halloween, Frank?
I mean, if I think hard enough, if I close my eyes, I kind of can.
You got to think very hard, Frank. I know it's a bit hard. We're going to take you back to your first Halloween.
All right. I think the first Halloween I wore a potato sack.
You wore a potato sack. Was that only a thing you could come up with, Frank? A potato sack?
Well, I mean, it was a common costume at the time. I know a lot of you were thinking ghost, but that's not it. I was a sack of potatoes.
A sack of potatoes. Very interesting, Frank. But now we learned that your first Halloween outfit was a sack of potatoes. But you know, Frank, the holiday dates back more than 2,000 years. Halloween is even older than Christianity itself, which is crazy. It's all started as a pre-Christian Celtic festival called Samhain, which means summer's end, held in the beginning of November, actually. It was actually held in the beginning of November. The feast recognized the last day of the fall harvest and spirits crossing over, since they believed the veil between the living and spirit world grew thinnest at the time. People in Ireland, the United Kingdom, and northern France used to ward off ghosts by lighting sacrificial bonfires. And you guessed it, wearing costumes to trick the spirits. That's why we have Halloween. 2,000 years ago, Frank.
Borat, that's a wonderful story, but while you were telling that, this clown, oh my, hold on, Lord, hold on a second. Flashbacks.
Go ahead, Frank.
All right, I don't know if you noticed this, but while you were telling that story, Borat, this clown over here was leaning a tombstone against a stack of pancakes or whatever the hell that is.
Yes, I know, right? I see this tombstone leaning there. It's getting interesting, Frank. That's
I
very
don't know
interesting.
what's going on. This is weird. The contestants are coming up with some very creative things. I see some
They're all going to be very creative, Frank. The amount of ingredients that they brought in, it's got to be creative today. It's going to be crazy.
All right. Look at the focus on the faces. The focus is intense.
They are super focused. You're right. They are so focused because remember, they got 27 minutes counting down on that clock to build these creations. If everyone just joined into the show, welcome to Borat's Chaos Kitchen. I'm your host, Chef Borat. This is my judge, Frank Oldman. These are my contestants, Cuddles,
Hello.
Yennefer, and Cream Pie. Please make sure you do hit them with the favorite. All gifts are welcomed and appreciated during the show. Remember, the top gifter of the show does have a special power that can potentially challenge Frank Oldman as the judge or save one of these contestants and protect them. So we're going to see what's going to happen during the show. So stick around and find out. So Cuddles, can you tell us what you're thinking of doing there? What's going through your mind? Let us know.
Building a house.
You're building a house?
But our foundation is so hot here today. It's so hot here today. We are keeping structural integrity by the second.
Hang on. Where are we getting the echo from? Not Cuddles. Okay, I think we're good now. We had a bit of an echo. That's a bit of a haunted echo, isn't that, Frank? On the Halloween show, we have a haunted echo. Yeah.
That was scary.
Yeah, that was kind of spooky, right? But yes, you're building your house, Cuddles. You're trying to build this up. It's a bit hot there. You're struggling in the elements. I can see that a little bit.
I thought we could use skewers, but we can't. You just said so.
Only edible ingredients only. Yennefer, what's happening?
It's fine. We can do this.
What's happening with you, Yennefer? Tell us. What are you planning up there? What's going on?
I'm trying to build, it's gonna be a ghost tower when I'm done, but I'm working on the structure right now.
Ghost tower. Interesting.
Ghost tower. Okay.
That is interesting. A ghost tower. All right. And what are you doing there, Cream Pie? What's been happening with your structure? What are you planning?
So I'm basically building like a graveyard thing, and my Rice Krispies is actually a coffin that I'm going to put a mummy in it.
Ooh, that's
Oh,
interesting.
okay.
That is
So I'm
interesting.
just
We got
trying to work
25
on
minutes.
building that.
We got 25 minutes counting down on the clock. Frank, time is ticking by on the show. As you
It
know, you
is.
make sure you have all your ingredients used because time ticks by very quickly. So, Frank, we're going to jump into a few things about Halloween that we're going to discover today. We're going to find out some more things about crazy stuff that has happened
Okay.
for Halloween. So, a city
right.
in New Hampshire holds the Guinness World Record for the most jack-o'-lanterns. The Guinness World Record for the largest pumpkin and heaviest pumpkin is 1,226 kilograms, which is 2.7 pounds, 13.9 ounces. How do you feel about that pumpkin, Frank? That's quite a big pumpkin.
I feel like that's a pretty big pumpkin. I saw a video one time of a guy. He grew a pumpkin and hollowed it out and turned it into a paddle boat.
A paddle boat.
He was swimming around in a lake in a pumpkin.
What was he swimming on a lake with a pumpkin for? That's crazy stuff, Frank.
Because
Where
he
did you...
could do it. Because that's why he could do it. Daggone it, wouldn't you? If you had a pumpkin big enough to swim around in a lake, wouldn't you do it?
I mean, it makes sense, Frank. I mean, it's Halloween. We love pumpkins. Swimming in a lake with a pumpkin sounds kind of entertaining. Got to be honest with you. It does
I'd
sound
do
quite
it in a
entertaining.
second. I'd do
It
it in
does
a
sound.
second.
You do it in a second, Frank. You'd be carving that pumpkin and rowing your boat.
You know it.
Actually, talking about pumpkins, Frank, to find out a jack-o'-lantern was actually first carved out of a turnip. How do you feel about that?
I feel like that would be a really horrible jack-o'-lantern. That's really sad.
Yeah, so apparently jack-o'-lanterns received its name from an Irish legend named Stingy Jack. So by
Yeah.
fooling the devil, he was forced to walk the earth with only burning coal inside his carved turnip to light his way. That is
Yeah, I actually
where,
know about that.
yeah, how crazy is
Yeah.
that? Turnips were the first carved actual food for Halloween.
It's pretty crazy. It's
That
pretty
is crazy.
crazy.
That is very crazy stuff. Well, contestants, you
Like,
do have
what's wrong with people?
22 minutes counting down on that clock. So time is ticking very quickly on the show. What do you think about their structures so far, Frank? What do you feel about each of the contestant structures as you look at them?
Well, I feel like Cuddles is living on a prayer. And she's just hoping that things work out, and she is just banking on luck itself that this whole thing's gonna hold together. And daggone it, she might have that luck in spades. So this thing might work out, it might not, could go either way. Wednesday Adams has spaghetti sticking out of a ghost tower. Looking spooky. Sounds good. And then we got a clown over here. They're putting a mummy in a casket.
How
That's
do you
what I
feel
think.
about that?
How do I feel about it? I feel I have got mixed emotions about all of it.
They're very mixed. They all got some different creations, all got different creativity and ideas on the show. But we're going to talk about more things about Halloween. We're going to deep dive into some other facts about Halloween. So immigrants actually helped popularize the holiday in the US for Halloween. When the Irish fled the potato famine that devastated their country in the 1840s, they brought their Halloween traditions with them. The celebrations spread across the country until the mischievous Halloween pranksters reached an all-time high in the 1920s. Some believe community-based trick-or-treating became popular in the 1930s as a way to control the pranksters. So Frank, do you remember the 1930s?
Yeah, I remember.
You remember? Do you remember the pranksters that were out there causing havoc in your neighborhood?
I was one of them.
You were one of the pranksters. What did you do, Frank? Tell us. What were you
Oh,
pranking
there's
people
all kinds of. Oh my goodness! Well, there was the old. You ever heard of this one? You take yourself a bag, a paper bag, and you fill it with. Well, you fill. Did I just hear a dog bark?
Yes, there is a dog. Yes, there is a dog,
Okay,
Frank. We do have a dog.
perfect. You fill it with one of their. You fill it with their waste, the waste of one of them mangy animals. Then you light it on fire on somebody's porch, and you knock on the door. And then when they come out to stamp it out, they get it all over their good boots.
I'm pretty sure, Frank, you must have done many of those to know exactly what is going on with that kind of 1930s pranking. You know what you were doing in that
Yeah,
time, Frank. You know
it
what
was
you...
good fun. It was all in good fun.
That is crazy, Frank. That is crazy. On a doorstep is
Yeah.
wild. So we're going to go back to also World War II, Frank. You probably remember World War II. So there was sugar
I was from
rationing.
animated WW2.
Yes, there was sugar rationing during World War II. So it actually paused trick-or-treating. So this is crazy. Because of the shortage of the sweet stuff, trick-or-treating wasn't a big thing during World War II. After the rationing ended, it was all systems go on the candy collecting front. Candy companies began launching advertising campaigns to cash in on the ritual and make sure kids were clamoring for their products to show up in their candy buckets and spare pillowcases. So the World War II actually paused Halloween for the first time. How do you feel about that, Frank?
I feel like it was all right. Had to happen.
Had to
And
save
that's
that
how I
sugar.
ended up with so many butterscotches.
Yes, thanks for the butterscotch, Frank. Thank you. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
that.
That's how I got them, though.
I know that's how you got those butterscotches. But actually, Halloween is now the second largest commercial holiday in the US. So only Christmas rakes in more dough. So consumers spent approximately $9 billion in Halloween in 2019, according to the National Retail Federation. So spending was down a bit in the 2020s because of COVID pandemic, but Americans still forked out over $8 billion in Halloween expenditure. How do you feel about that? $8 billion of Halloween spending.
You want to know how I feel about it? It turns me on. You want to know why it turns? No, I'm serious. You want to know why it turns me on?
Why?
Because it's good for the economy. People going out and buying Halloween costumes and doing things and spending money and also having fun at the same time. It's a good turnaround.
Facts. I agree, Frank. It's a good turnaround for everybody. So everyone who just joined into the show, welcome to Borat's Chaos Kitchen. I'm your host, Chef Borat. This is my judge, Frank Oldman. These are my contestants, Cuddles, Yennefer, and Cream Pie. Please make sure you do hit them with an important favorite. All gifts are welcomed and appreciated during the show. Remember, the top gifter of the show does hold a special power that can challenge the judge, as in Frank, and see if you're going to save a contestant in a plot twist or what Frank does. We're going to find out during the show, so stick around and find out. So contestants have 17 minutes and 52 seconds counting down on the clock. So Frank, what is your favorite candy? I'm pretty sure now I've got the answer. It's butterscotch because you've been throwing a lot of butterscotch, but I was going to ask you, what is your actual favorite candy? Is it butterscotch?
It's mostly butterscotch, but I just like anything that used to cost a penny. You know, in my day, back when I was young,
Oh my God, Cuddles.
You had to walk to school uphill both ways. Did I ever tell you that?
School both ways, walking uphill. Wait. Say that again, Frank. Repeat that again.
When I was a kid, you had to walk to school in the snow uphill both ways. With
Oh yeah, did you
glass
take
tied to
bananas
your
with you,
ankles.
Frank? Did you take bananas? Did you pack your bananas with you up for school?
Yeah, it's good. It's high in potassium. Hey, hold on, Kettles. I gotta ask, what happened to the second level there? Did you completely?
The bottom's melting and
Oh no!
the base is falling out.
Oh my goodness, we're having a catastrophe here, Borat.
Yes, I know. It's chaos. Her structure is pure
No,
chaos at this point.
Did you see what I did there? A catastrophe.
Yes, a catastrophe. Frank, it's a catastrophe for me. So I saw Cream Pie brought candy corn to the show. Now, I'm happy that she did because candy corn was originally called chicken feed. The Golet's confectionery company originally sold the polarizing treat in boxes with a rooster on the front in order to appeal to Americans' agricultural roots. The sugary recipe has gone largely unchanged since the 1880s. So you love them or hate them, you can't argue with the fact that they have consistency in Halloween. Do you agree with that, Frank?
I'm sorry, I lost you at chicken feet.
You lost me at chicken feet. Candy corn, Frank. We're talking candy corn. We're not talking about chickens outside. We're talking about candy corn.
Okay, yeah, what about it?
Yes, I was saying, how do you feel about it that candy corn has been the most consistent candy during Halloween since the 1880s?
I mean, I don't know. Some people hate it, some people love it. I'm all
love your
right
candy
with it. It's okay. I mean, it's all right. It's not the best. It's not any
not
better than a butterscotch. I'll tell you
Thanks
that.
for the butterscotch,
I'll
Frank.
take
I'm
one.
enjoying these
Absolutely, you're
butterscotches.
welcome.
I'm enjoying your
Hold
butterscotch.
on. Let me check in here real quick. Wednesday. When you going to be done with that? Friday?
What is going on there, Yennefer? I see a lot of things going on.
Of course. I made an eyeball.
Oh, that's great. An eyeball. And then, okay, and you got
I mean, Frank,
cream pie. How's that mummy?
when you need some eyeball replacements, now you know who to turn to, right? You know who to turn to for your eyeball. Oh my God. Now you know who to turn to for your eyeball and cataract replacements, right? Cuddles.
The Tower of Babel has fallen.
That's how I'm Contestants, you have 14 minutes counting down on that clock. So you got 40 minutes to
Cuddles, just make it work. Cuddles, just make it work. You got 14 minutes. Come on, you can do this. Improvise. Improvise, Cuddles. Come on, you got this. That's right. Get messy. Get messy. That's right.
So in the comments and in the box, how long do you think is the fastest time someone has ever carved a pumpkin? I want everyone to give me an answer for this if you can. How long do you think it took someone to carve a pumpkin the quickest time ever? I see 10 seconds. I see 1 minute. What do you think, Frank?
Man, I'm thinking like 6 seconds. 6.2.
30 seconds, 3 minutes. The actual time the fastest pumpkin was carved in was only 16.47 seconds. That is crazy, Frank.
Wow.
16.
That's amazing. That's
0.47 seconds. So Stephen Clark of New York holds the Guinness World Record in 2013 to carve his lantern in 16.47
wow.
seconds.
Man, could you imagine how much money that guy would make as a contract killer?
100%. He'd be gutting those pumpkins every single day, making that dough.
Yeah,
I know.
just walking through, just stacking them up.
That's right, stacking them up. So everyone who just joined into the show, welcome to Borat's Chaos Kitchen. It's Halloween thing, and they're building the Halloween themed creations. Everyone's dressed up in the show. This is my judge, Frank Oldman. These are my contestants, Cuddles, Yennefer, and Cream Pie. Please make sure you do hit them with that important favorite. All gifts are welcomed and appreciated during the show. Remember, the top gifter of the show holds a special power that can challenge Frank's decision, or will Frank fight back? We will find out to see what will happen or who will get saved and who won't. We're going to find out during the show. So stick around and find out. There's 12 minutes and 43 seconds left on that clock, everyone. Time is ticking very quickly. Cuddles, I feel like everything has just become like a chaotic mash at this point. That's what it looks like from your side. How you feeling, Cuddles?
Yep, great.
It's the melting.
Looks
I think
like
it's the heat. She has a bit of heat. She's got
a
a heat. She's got a lot of heat up there, so the heat is obviously melting the foundation of her structure, which is a bit problematic for her. So she's got 12 minutes to figure that out, Cuddles. You still got 12 minutes. Yennefer is laser focused, Frank. She's laser focused, and Cream Pie is just building this tombstone structure.
She is. She's good. Everybody is hard at work, and you can tell that there's a lot riding on this for all the contestants.
That's
You
right.
can tell
Frank,
that
there's a
this
lot.
is something that they've been working towards all year, all for this moment, and it's all
All right.
coming down to this.
It's the moment of truth for you, Frank, because you're going to judge them like you've never judged them before. I mean, you've got Frank in here. Who knows how he's going to judge you guys?
I tell you what, I'm gonna judge so dang hard, they're not gonna believe what the heck is happening.
Oh my God, Frank. Okay, that's crazy. But Frank, we got to touch on a few more facts about Halloween. So Skittles are the top Halloween candy. So everyone loves Skittles during Halloween. So no chocolate, no problem. The bite-sized fruit candies outrank M&M's, Snickers, Reese's Cups, according to the 11 years of sales data from a website. So that is crazy. Isn't that crazy that Skittles overrides M&M's, Snickers, and Reese Cups?
Yeah, I don't believe it.
You don't believe it? You think it's a myth,
I
Frank?
don't believe it. Sounds fake to me.
Even though candy corn made the top 10, though, candy corn did make the top 10. The tricolor treats are also ranked around the worst Halloween candies as well. So people, like you said, love them or hate them.
Yeah.
But contestants, your time is ticking by very quickly. You got 10 minutes and 33 seconds on that clock. So Frank, time is ticking by very fast for these contestants. They're going to be getting to the near 10-minute mark for building their creation until they have to stop and step away from their structures. So Frank, what do you feel like? What do you feel like's happening here? How do you feel at this moment? Where we standing with each
Well,
contestant?
I feel, inside, I feel conflicted, and I feel some sort of, I feel a little gassy too, and I'm confused, and what the
Oh my God, Carlos,
hell is
that is
Cuddles
crazy.
doing? I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening, and so
Cuddles,
I'm just very confused, and I'm a little disgusted. I
Frank,
don't
did
know
you see
what's
that
going on,
squirt action
Borat.
from Cuddles there? Did you see that squirt action from Cuddles that went flying
Yeah,
across?
just I don't know. She's just I don't know what's happening there.
Things are flying around on Cuddles' stream box there. It's going crazy, isn't it, Frank?
I'm not even sure if we're allowed to show that.
No, it was a bit crazy. That was a bit crazy. 9 minutes and 20 seconds counting down on that clock. So Frank, we're gonna go through a few more details about Halloween. So people who dress up for the festival for Halloween generally spend $3.5 billion on costumes. Well, look, we all dressed up today, Frank. So it would make sense. $3.5 billion is spent annually on costumes. The most common costumes are Spider-Man, Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, princesses, witches, ghosts, and pumpkins.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that's good. I like Spider Man.
You like Spider-Man? Yeah, he's a
Do
very
you
cool
like Spider
character.
Man, Borat?
Oh, of course. Who doesn't like Spider-Man? Everyone loves
All
Spider-Man.
right, good. I was just double checking.
Yeah, you double checking. You double checking. I like Spider-Man. Okay, Frank, I see
Just to
where
be
this is
sure
going.
about that, I gotta be sure.
You got to be sure. But contestants and the audience, I'm going to throw out a couple of fun, interesting questions about Halloween. So, what do you call a mummy covered in chocolate and nuts? Here's a bit of a riddle for you, Frank. What do you call a mummy covered in chocolate and nuts?
I don't think I'm allowed to answer that. I was told no cursing, so I'm
I
gonna go
mean,
ahead and leave that one alone.
you were tempted to say something there. I know that. So, what do you call
Yeah,
a
but I'm
mummy?
just not.
What do you call a mummy covered in chocolate and nuts? Does anyone in the comments know? Anyone in the boxes? Nobody knows. Anyone in the comments? Anyone in the boxes? What do you call a mummy covered in chocolate and nuts? No idea. No one has an idea. The answer is a Pharaoh Rocher. Get it? A Pharaoh Rocher?
That's really good. That's a good one.
Pharaoh Rocher.
Wait, hold on. Wait, can I help you out with that, Borat?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, hold on. Let me just do one thing real quick that I think would really help you out on that. Cause if only I could have been like, does that help? Here, we'll do it again.
So, what do you call a mummy covered in chocolate and nuts?
What's that?
Frank, I know you're having a moment. You're having a bit of a flashback moment there. I don't know what you're thinking. Maybe it's your first time dressed up in a black potato sack. I don't know what's
I
going through
think
your mind.
maybe the makeup is getting into my skin.
I think it is getting into your skin. But we got another question for everyone in the comments, everyone in the boxes. What's a skeleton's favorite song? Does anyone know the answer to this riddle? What is a skeleton's favorite song? Come on, Frank. Think about songs. Think about what song would fit that. What's a skeleton's favorite song? Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, I see in the comments.
It's not
Rhythm of the
WAP.
night. That is right, Nick Nation. Bad to the bone. And Nick, well done. All the bad to the bones. That's correct. So Skeleton's favorite song is Bad to the Bone. That is right.
Nice.
So
Very good.
everyone, you got 6 minutes counting down on that clock. If you're just joining into the show, welcome to Borat's Chaos Kitchen. I'm your host, Chef Borat. This is my judge, Frank Oldman. These are my contestants, Cuddles, Yennefer, and Cream Pie. Please make sure you do hit them with an important favorite. All gifts are welcomed and appreciated during the show. So, Frank, we're going to get to some more questions. I've got a couple of more to go to see what the audience and yourself think in terms of what answers you're going to come up with. I got a question. Why did the skeleton start a fight? Does anyone know the answer to this one as well? Why did the skeleton start a fight?
What? Why?
Because he had a bone to pick. That is right, Coach. I see in the comments because he had a bone to pick. That is right. I see you got that right. Well done, Coach. So, contestants, you got 5 minutes and 22 seconds counting down on the clock. Before I squeak that squeak, and you have to step away from your structures. So, Frank, we're getting the ingredients on now. Their last finishing touches start to build from this 5-minute mark. You'll see them. Things might fall down. Things might not go to plan. We'll see what happens on the show and find out, Frank, shortly if their structures are going to stand up or not at the 5-minute timing mark. So, what do you think so far, Frank? What do you think about each creation, looking at it currently as it stands?
Well, all right. Let's start with Cuddles. I really liked the moment when she dragged some Christmas lights out and threw it around there and gave a large sigh while looking at her creation. That was a really nice moment. I think that if we could have just captured that moment, that really says a lot about that side of the. She's doing great.
Yes, there's a lot of wind on her
Wednesday,
side too. There's a lot of wind there, if you've
yeah,
noticed too.
lots of wind. Wednesday, What are the white? What are the things stuck into the bananas?
Oreos.
Oh, the Oreo. Oh, are they white Oreos?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what that was there for a minute. And then now the clown is just plain. Just if I'm going to be honest, can I be honest?
Yes, Frank, be honest. We like honesty in this
Right.
place.
Well, the clown scares it out of me.
It's the sensor for me as well. It's scaring you badly, Frank. You got spooked out by that clown. I can tell you're shaking in your boots right now.
Yeah, I'm not, I don't know if I like it. I
You
do
know,
like it, but I don't like it. I like it, but it gives me nightmares. You know what I
it
mean?
gives you
Nightmares.
it gives you nightmare. There's 3 minutes and 30 seconds counting down on that clock. So time is ticking by very, very fast for you contestants. Make sure you do have your real ingredients on your structures and make sure you have all that stability, all that important key stability on those structures. So Frank, while time ticks down, give us a bit of an idea back. Let's go back in time again, Frank. Let's reminisce back on your past. What was your worst Halloween experience, Frank? Let's find out. What was your worst Halloween experience?
Worst Halloween experience. Well,
Yeah.
let's see here. Let me think real hard. It'd have to be. Well, do you remember when I told you I was dressed up like a bag of potatoes?
Yes, you were dressed up as a bag of potatoes.
Yeah. Well, how much time do we got?
We got 2 minutes and 35 seconds left on that clock. So time is ticking by very fast for these contestants, Frank.
Two
It's going to
minutes
go.
and 35 seconds. Well,
Yes, they got.
I'm 97. That's not near enough time to talk about my worst Halloween.
I know, right? You'll be here for the whole day. If we had to listen to your Halloween past, we'll be here the whole day. We might even turn into skeletons at that point, Frank. We might
I'm
even.
pretty sure. I, I, I don't even think. I don't know. I don't think I've got time to go through it.
I know, right? I don't think you do have time to go through that. So, contestants, while those final minutes count down, what is your favorite candies? Cream pie. What is your favorite candy?
Oh, I have too many. I don't have one favorite really.
What is it, cream pie?
I guess I would have to say sour cherries.
Sour cherries. All right. What about you, Yennefer?
Butterfinger.
Ooh, Butterfingers. And you, Cuddles, what is your favorite lolly or candy?
Just chocolate.
Just chocolate. You love your chocolate. Okay. So they all have different answers for that. So they all have different types of crazy candies. So, Frank, there's 1 minute and 18 seconds counting down on that clock before the squeaker sounds and they have to step away. So I will give you the 10-second countdown, Frank, when we get to that 10-second mark. So you can count them down to those final seconds. So, contestants, make sure you do have all those ingredients on there. Like I said, make sure those structures are stable because they have to stand up. Stability is key in the show. Make sure you do have those tape measures as well at hand so we can get the all important height. So, Frank, they've done a really good job so far. Everyone's structure has stood the time so far. It all has stood up, which is very interesting. Even Cuddles there going through the elements as well has made hers stand up.
I don't know
So
how hers is standing.
I don't know as well. It's living on a prayer, like you said. It's living on an actual prayer with that heat and that wind coming through that window.
I feel like it's like a representation of all horror movies made from 1950 to 2010.
There's 15 seconds counting down, Frank. Let's count down those final 10 seconds starting now.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
No,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your time is up.
Step
Oh my lord,
away
the
from
last second, at the
your
last second.
structures. Yo,
Oh,
oh my God, Cuddles. You have Cuddles cone stacked it on the last few seconds. That is crazy,
oh
Frank. You see
no.
that? That was
I
crazy,
thought
right?
the spire on which mountain has collapsed. That's a shame.
The spire has collapsed. So let's
The,
jump to
the,
each contestant, Frank. Let's get them to introduce their structures. Let's see what their structures are going to be called. So I feel like let's start with Cuddles first. Since Cuddles has had a bit of crazy chaos in there, let's find out what your structure is called and what it's about, Cuddles. Let's go. Let's have an introduction to it.
I mean, we were supposed to be a haunted house. We were going to have the Pop-Tart Tower, and we had some windows going on with a cat in the window going down, and then we had dirt out of cookies all around the bottom with a big skeleton in there, and then we had some chopped up bodies as the moat,
Ooh, okay.
some guts and heads in there. Yeah, it didn't really it all melted. It's so melted. It's so hot.
It's melting by the second. So grab a tape measure quickly, Cuddles. Get that measurement while we check into Yennefer's structure.
We
So
also
Yennefer,
the fairy floss melted. The fairy floss was supposed to be around with spiders in it. That didn't happen.
the elements of the heat got to you, Cuddles, and didn't get to
That's
you.
the fairy floss right there.
Oh my God, Frank. That doesn't look good, Frank. That looks like something else, doesn't it, Frank?
it looks, yeah.
All right. So Yennefer, can you introduce your structure while we get Cuddles to measure her height?
Yes, this is a little monster guy. Don't know what to call him, but these are his face. Obviously, his ears or his horns. His ears. He's got extra eyes up here, made out of orphan. And yeah, what should we call?
It's very interesting. What do you want to call your creation, Yennefer?
Candy monster.
Candy monster. All right. All right. That's interesting. Well, get your tape measure out. Let's get that height. So make sure you get that important height. And Cream Pie, let's have a look at your structure. I feel like we need to go closer to your one because it's quite far away.
Yep. Yeah, I'm doing that. So
Yes.
basically, I made a graveyard. So you have your tombstones with worms coming out and a skull there, candy and candy corn to light up the pathway, basically like lights. Another tombstone there with more gummy worms and the mummy. I'm not very artsy, but with the brains and the candy corn to light up with some bugs, spiders, and gummy worms. So that's basically, it's like a graveyard basically.
That is very
And then
interesting.
I have cakes, little cakes, just to hold up my structure. Hold on.
Okay.
Cake,
You got cakes.
colorful cake.
Very interesting. Very interesting way you built that structure. So can we get a height on your structure as well, Cream Pie? Get that tape measure out and get that important height. So Cuddles, how tall is your structure?
I can't find my measuring tape. It's not that tall. It's not that tall because it's on a board.
All right. Do you have
Oh.
a
Just gotta flip the
standard
camera.
kitchen knife, like a 30-centimeter kitchen knife?
Is that 30 centimeters?
That'll be a bit more, I think, but pop that next to it. I can tell you how high it actually is. Yeah, so it would be about maybe 20 to 25 centimeters, something like
I
that.
reckon about 20.
Yeah, 20 centimeters. We'll get
Guys
into
looking
inches.
on the
Wait, did
metric
Jennifer
system.
use skewers? I took my skewer. I didn't do skewers.
No, she used spaghetti.
Ah, that's what I should have done.
She used spaghetti.
Because on your metric
Not my
system, what's
first
that mean in
rodeo.
America?
I've learned.
We got to
this
get
time.
that centimeters into inches quickly, Frank. We're going to quickly do that. So, Yennefer, how tall is your structure?
11 inches.
Ooh,
Little over 11 inches.
all right. Let me get that. So, Cuddles is 7.87 inches, approximately. Yours is 11 inches. And yours, Cream Pie, how tall is yours?
Mine is 9 7/8.
How much? I couldn't hear that.
9
9 and
inches
7/8.
and 7/8.
So almost 10 inches, very close. So 9 7/8. All right. So Frank, this is the important part. You got to judge their structures out of 10 for each height, the ingredients, the stability, and the creativity. So let's jump to
Right.
height first. So the tallest structure
Okay.
is Yennefer's at 11.1 inches, or about 11 inches. So what we
Right.
give her out of 10 for height, Frank?
Well, obviously, she's got the highest one, and the stability. I know the stability is kind of in the structure part of it, but it looks like she's got it braced really well. It doesn't look like it's going anywhere. I would give that. Let's see, out of 10, I would rate that an 8 out of 10.
For the height, just for the height, Frank. Remember, it's just
Yeah,
the
yeah,
height.
on the height. That's a high. That's a high score, right, on the height.
Yes, is height.
Do
Yes,
people,
and
wait,
what
let me
about
ask you this: do people usually get 10 out of 10?
some people do, some people don't. Frank, it's up to the judge. You can be very critical. You can be very critical in your decisions, but so you're going to stick with your 8 for Yennefer. And what
I'm
about
gonna give it a solid 8. Yeah, solid 8.
solid 8? And cream pie was 9 and 7/8 inches high. She was the
Right.
second
So
tallest.
right, and she's got a leaning structure. Hers is more of a overhead panorama, so or a diorama. You something you kind of look at from a kind of like an overhead type of way. I think it's very creative. That's where a lot of her points are going to come in. So I'm going to give her a let's give her a 6 in height.
Is 6 for the height, and Cuddles on her height, hers was the shortest height at 7.87 inches approximately.
Cuddles is a huge disaster. Let's give her a 3.
A 3 out of 10. That is crazy, Cuddles.
But
That's my first 3 I think.
I'll
she does
take
have a
it.
mound. She does have a mound, so 3. We'll give her 3.
It's
3.
just hot. Not nothing.
All right. Now we're going to jump to the ingredients. So we're going to jump to the ingredients. So let's do Yennefer's structure first on her ingredients, Frank. Out of 10 for her ingredients.
All right. Well, I like bananas, and Oreos are good. But if I was going to sit down and eat that, there is uncooked spaghetti holding part of that structure up. Am I correct?
Yes, there is uncooked spaghetti in her ingredients.
All right. So that would be a little bit crunchy. I'm going to say, as far as ingredients go, because I do like bananas. What's okay? What's all over the outside of it there? The white
Icing.
icing. Okay. Vanilla. Okay. Yeah, I like vanilla. Vanilla's good. All right. I'm gonna give her on the ingredients. I'll give her a. Let's go with 6. Let's go with a 6 on
6
ingredient.
on the ingredients. All right, very interesting. Now we're going to jump to
The
cream
dried
pie.
spaghetti that brought it down. The dried spaghetti was the only thing. If I was to sit down and eat it, the dried spaghetti is the one thing that would.
You're a bit worried about getting that spaghetti lodged in your throat. I can understand
I
what
don't,
you're
I don't
thinking
have
there.
teeth. Look at me. I have 97. I would
I know
choke.
you're 97. You might choke on spaghetti. It's a big problem, everyone. It's quite a big problem for you, Frank. All right, let's jump to cream pie out of 10 for her ingredients.
Cream pie. Everything there is edible. Yeah. And it looks
Yeah.
like everything is pretty tasty. Lots of candy. I think I would probably. I think I'd probably be on cloud 9. I'm gonna have to give her a good 9 on ingredients.
A 9 for ingredients. And Cuddles with her ingredients.
Cuddles. I like Pop Tarts, but I don't like chocolate Pop Tarts.
He likes Pop Tarts, but he doesn't like chocolate Pop Tarts, Cuddles. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, damn. We got a lot here, Frank. What do you like? We got chocolate mud cake. We got
Well,
cats.
I
You got
do.
lollies and jelly. You're old. You like
You know
jelly.
what? I'm gonna on your ingredients. I'm gonna tie your score with Yennefer's. What did I give Yennefer again?
A 6.
A 6. I'm gonna give you a 6, Cuddles.
All right. Now we're going to jump to the structural stability of each structure. So we're going to Yennefer's structure first out of 10 for the stability of her structure.
All right. Well, up until that banana fell off, we were looking really good. We were looking really good, but we still got one standing banana
The height
and
would
one
still be there.
standing.
Yeah.
One, as I've always heard, and I'm sure you ladies can agree, one standing banana is better than nothing at all. So I'm gonna go with on
What?
structural for Yennefer. Let's go with a good solid 8.
An 8 for Yennefer.
Could have been a 10. Could have been a 10 if the banana would have hung on.
All right. Fair enough, Frank. What about cream pie and her structural stability out of 10?
Cream pie structural stability is a solid 10.
Solid 10. And Cuddles stability out of 10?
Oh my goodness. Well, Cuddles, I mean, the listen. If the ice cream cone hadn't have fallen off, and if we could have, I don't know, Cuddles. Well, can I give you this? This would. Oh Lord, have mercy. This you had the weather working against you. Temperature really worked against you during this competition, and it has proven to be a mortal enemy. And so I have to give you on structural stability a 4.
Four. All right, a 4 for your structural stability. Now we go down to the last category, Frank. This is the creativity. I left it for last because I feel like every structure was creative in its own way. So you will have everyone in here a 3-minute period after Frank's final judgment to be the top gifter and potentially challenge the judge or save a contestant in here. So we'll get to that in a moment. So Frank, let's jump to the creativity. So let's go with Yenna for structure first, on out of 10 for creativity.
Creativity out of 10, I'll give it
What did you say, Frank? I missed that.
drum. I'm thinking drum roll, please. Let's see. I'm
Drum
gonna
roll.
go with out of 10, an 8.
An 8 out of 10 for the creativity. And we're going to jump to Cream Pie out of 10 for her creativity.
Out of 10, we're gonna have to go with a 10.
A 10 for the creativity. And for Cuddles, out of 10 for her creativity.
Well, I know that Cuddles was going for something very creative, and I know she was trying for something very creative, but temperature worked against her. And I'm gonna still award her points for creativity because she was trying really hard and she was going for something very creative. So let's once again let's tie her with Jennifer and give her an 8.
An 8. So let me quickly calculate those scores up so the audience can know. So contestants, do you want to say anything to Frank? Now's the opportunity to say anything to him about your score counts. Anything you would like to say to Frank, this is your opportunity while I quickly calculate these scores. So Cuddles, I don't know how you feel about that. How do you feel about all those scores?
I think you're a very fair and generous judge.
Very fair and generous. All right, let me.
Extra good looking today, Frank.
Say that again.
And extra good looking today, Frank.
Oh well, thank you. Do you like my complexion?
Mm-hmm.
I've been getting some sun.
You look hot.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so I've tallied the scores up. Currently, the winner standing is Cream Pie on 35 points, Yennefer on 30 points, and Cuddles on 21 points. But this is the time where things can happen. We've seen crazy things on the show. So this is the opportunity for the top gifter of the show to potentially challenge Frank's decision. There's a 3-minute period. So if you want to save Yennefer or Cuddles or protect Cream Pie, this is your opportunity to do so. I will set the timer for 3 minutes, Frank. This is how it works. I got 3 minutes to challenge your decision, and we're going to see what happens. So I'm going to start the timer now. So there's 3 minutes on the clock. For any of you in the audience, if you feel like Frank's decision is not right or you want to save one of these contestants, you have that opportunity to do so now. So let's see what happens on the show, Frank. We never know what can happen on the show. If you want to protect Cream Pie for getting that win, you can do that. If you want to save Yennefer or Cuddles, this is your opportunity to do so as well. So there's 2 minutes and 36 seconds counting down on the clock. So Frank, let's see what happens, Frank. You know, there's been crazy things in the show. This is Chaos Kitchen. It's chaotic. Everyone knows anything can happen at any time. So you never know what can happen here, Frank. So let's see what happens on the show. So Yennefer is enjoying her meal there. It's like you're starting your meal in the morning with your dog, Marlo. Marlo's really enjoying that structure as well. So there's 2 minutes counting down and 7 seconds counting down on that clock. So let's see if anyone is going to get saved or what's going to happen in the show. Will Cream Pie be protected? Who knows what's going to happen on the show? So remember, the top gifter of the show does have that power to potentially save or protect one of these contestants. So Frank, we'll see what happens, Frank. We'll see who becomes the top gifter and find out what's going to happen. And I'll let you know what's going to happen from this point. We're going to find out. So if you're joining into the show, welcome to Borat's Chaos Kitchen. I'm your host, Chef Borat. This is my judge, Frank Oldman. These are my contestants, Cuddles, Yennefer, and Cream Pie. Please make sure you do hit them with an important favorite. All gifts are welcomed and appreciated during the show. There is 1 minute and 24 seconds counting down on that clock. You have 1 minute, 17 counting down, to potentially challenge the judge or protect Cream Pie and or save Jennifer or Cuddles. So let's see what happens in the last minute counting down of this timer. Who knows what will happen? So let's find out. So Frank, once it gets to that 10-second mark, can you count that down as well so they know it's the final time or forever hold their peace as well?
Yes, yes, I can. I'll keep my eye on it.
Yes, keep the eye on that timer, Frank. I know your glasses might be a little bit foggy at this point, but keep your eye on that timer. We got 42 seconds counting down on that clock. So if you want to save Cuddles, Jennifer, or protect Cream Pie, this is your opportunity to do so right now. So let's see what happens, Frank. We got 30 seconds counting down. Watch that timer, Frank. Get those glasses cleaned up. Get ready to count down those last 10 seconds. So let's see what will happen. So Frank, we're getting close. We're getting close to that last 10-second mark. Clean those glasses. Let's go, Frank.
Almost. Here it comes. Everybody get ready. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Stop. So whoever's the top gifter of the show now holds that power. Let's see what happens. So no one can do anything from this point. So I think Kid Sensation is the top gifter of the show, if I am correct.
You got the power.
Let's double check that. So Frank, this is your decision at this point. Are you going to let Kid Sensation in that box, or are you going to match him and stop him from getting in that box and keep your original decision with Cream Pie as the winner?
You know what? I like Kid Sensation, so I'm gonna let him have a chance.
All right,
wanna
can
have
I
a
let him in the
chance?
box?
Kid? You want to jump in the box, Kid, or do you do boxes?
Yes, Kid Sensation, can you request that box? Jump in and replace Frank. Frank, please re-request the box, but stay in there until off. That was a bit too quick, Frank. I think your glasses did unfog very quickly to get out of that box. Kid, can you please request that box? Welcome to the show. This is a featured show. Please no swearing, drinking, or smoking while you're in the box. So, Kid, jump into that box. Let's find out what your decision will be.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome to the show, Kid.
Hi.
So, go ahead, Kid. What is your decision at this point? What are you thinking and what's going through your mind?
Well, I thought everybody did a good job. Sorry, Cuddles, that it didn't work out so well for you, but it was a great idea. I liked it. The monster was a cool idea too, Jennifer, but I'm going to save Cream Pie. Hers was phenomenal, and she put a lot of creativity into it. And,
Well done, Cream Pie. So you're giving full 10s to Cream Pie and 0s to everyone else, just to be clear, just so we're clear that she's the clear winner. That's what you're deciding, correct?
Correct.
Well done, Cream Pie, on the win. How do you feel, Cream Pie? That was crazy. Well done. Well done on your creation. Well done on the win. That is exciting. So I will have you back for my future shows as well. Frank, can you please request that box? Please join back in. Frank, quickly, please request that box. I know he's going to say something as well. He's got a lot to say. Frank, he's unfogged his glasses.
Hey, I wanted to, yeah, you guys did a wonderful job, all of you, and I'm proud of all of you. You guys were very creative, and it takes a lot of female genitals. Wait, am I saying this right?
Thank
To
you.
do things like this. Anyway, it's brave. It's brave of you, is what I'm trying to say. Good job, everybody, and yeah, keep up the good work.
It is awesome. Everyone
Thank
did an
you so
amazing job.
much.
I
Thank you for
agree.
being an amazing judge, Frank.
Oh, absolutely.
Frank did do an amazing job.
It was my pleasure.
Right. Just so everyone knows, this show will be uploaded to YouTube. So if you did miss out on some comments, you did miss out on some chaos in here, it will be uploaded to YouTube. So please go to the bottom of my bio, click on that YouTube button, subscribe. I need to get my subscribe up as well. My subscription's up. It is free. You can get there and watch back all the previous shows as well. So next week on the show, I will be doing a pizza show. It's going to get crazy in here. I don't know what they're going to create with pizza or pizza. It depends how you say it from whichever country you're from. Cuddles is from. So if you want to be a contestant next week, please make sure you do hit me up. I know it is Live Fest next week, so some people might be participating from Live Fest. We'll see what happens. We're going to find out. Cuddles is laughing a lot there. I have also a fives battle on Friday, so I'd appreciate everyone could pull up for that as well. I do have a fives battle against D Diamante, and I do want to win. So if anyone in here would love to come up and pull up and support, I'd appreciate that. Even if spamming my emoji, I'd appreciate that. That'll be at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time Friday. So if you could be here, that would be appreciated. So make sure everyone in the box does have all these contestants favorited. Make sure everyone is hidden with a favorite. And it was an amazing show. Everyone did an amazing job. We're now entering into the after show of Chaos Kitchen. So now you can drink, swear, and smoke because we are off feature.